Hello, everyone. I have been asked why I am doing this by my family. I have always said, this is the best job ever, and that my boss is my best friend and has been long before he was ever my boss. So it is really not like regular work. Let's go back to how I got here. My childhood friend Mike has always been a good salesman. He has owned multiple successful companies over the years. About 10 years ago, he ditched all his other ventures to start selling for moving companies. He said, it paid the same as him running his own business, and had way less responsibilities, and left it at that. We didn't talk much about work. With us, it was more about hanging out and partying rather than business. All he really said when I asked was, I started another business. It's great. Let's go out. My treat. Well, about 6 years ago, I was sick of working my crappy kitchen job making $27 an hour. My dreams of running a restaurant was never going to happen. So I call Mike, he tells me. I got you, brother. Come to my office tomorrow at 10 a.m. I run the show now. Let me show you how. I can pay for us to party all the time. Excitedly, I say, text me your address. The next day, I showed up 15 minutes early to this little office building in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Wow, this is nice, I thought, as I parked. Not 10 steps away from my car, I am greeted by a large man in a suit with what looks like an automatic gun strapped under his jacket. Who are you and what do you want? He grumbles. I'm here to see Mike. I mutter, thinking I got the address wrong. Why? What do you want? He says as his hand starts reaching under his jacket. He told me to come in today for an interview. I am his old friend Dennis. In retrospect, I see this as a huge red flag. I was young, dumb, and needed money. What kind of call center needed an armed guard? We're not selling gold bars. This was Mike's smallest operation, kinda his chill spot by the beach, with only 18 little cubicles on each side. My side was the moving broker side. The other half was for free medical stuff. Another messed up industry, for another day. Mike asks me, are you ready to make up to $5,000 a week? What? Well, you won't start off that high or always have that good of a week. But yeah, bro. Each one of these guys make $1,000 to $5,000 a week, which means I make the same for each of them. Wow, let that sink in. Mike makes the same for each one of us. He takes 1/3 and puts 1/3 back into the business. Some of his call centers have 40 people in a room for 8 to 12 hours a day, and he will hire anyone with a pulse. Some are good at selling. They can pull $100,000 in commissions in just 6 months. On the slow end, $24,000. These are the junkies, the people fresh out of jail that don't show up to work at random. It seems like they only come in after they have spent their check. Mike is banking. Our small beachside office is making well over $1 million each season. But at what cost? It cost Grandma a huge chunk of her retirement. It cost the single mom a year worth of savings. It cost so many people to choose between their kids' beds and their great-grandfather's gun cabinet. All because of us. We tell them what they want to hear. Oh, you are moving to a 3-bedroom house with your 4 kids across the country? What's your budget? $4,500? Let me see if I can help you. Do you have any active or retired military in your family? Oh, your high school sweetheart's 3rd cousin was in the Army. Great, I can give you a 25% military discount. Let's see. Have you ever been a part of AAA? How about AARP? There is another 20% off. That brought you down to $5,500, still out of budget. Can you hold for a minute? Let me ask my manager something. Great. Thank you. Guess what? My manager said since I have already made my quota for the week, I can apply a manager's discount of 20%, bringing you down to $4,400, just under your budget. Yes, you are so welcome. Would you like to move forward? Well, if we do not do this right now, I will not be able to give you these discounts tomorrow. Oh, it's just $1,000 deposit. Yes, that comes off your total. Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. And that's how it goes. The real cost will not sink in until move day. That $4,400 move was really $10,000. The $1,000 deposit was the salesman and broker commission, leaving the real mover with just $3,400. Next, Mom calls up crying. The movers are here, saying this will cost $10,000. My lease is up tomorrow, and I have to start work in a week, 3,000 miles away. Ma'am, I am so sorry. I am not sure how this happened. You need to make some tough choices. You have to leave some things to get the cost down. There is nothing I can do. Well, did you read your contract? I know I did. But the contract clearly states this and that. I'm sure I went over this with you. We are greed incarnate, truly, the scum of the earth. Subscribe. Follow. Like or love to catch my upcoming episodes with more moving horror stories.